again. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, well, apparently audio decided not to switch on. So, yeah, we're going to do some Mechanica today, but first, before we dive on in, I'm going to go ahead and say, we got some new additions. So, first thing I'm going to show you is Timmy. As you can see, we got Timmy up here. He has something new to show you. It's a new camera. Or actually, old camera. It's my old GoPro. I finally got some long cables, so I could hook it up over here, and with the new capture card, I could have an extra camera for him. So we have a new angle for Timmy where he can actually look right here at the camera at you. Look at that. Oh. I know, you gotta work for it. I'm so mean, making you move. So if you like the new camera angle for Timmy, let me know. Say in the chat, or if you're watching this afterwards, say in a comment. I'll be switching between them, and if it works out well, I'll probably readjust it a little bit so it's a little higher angle. But yeah, we got 2 angles for Timmy now. So how about that? And then the other new thing is, let's get this to zoom. I found these looking for some tasty, healthy snacks. Blue Diamond Extreme Carolina Reaper Almonds. So we're going to start with one of these. I haven't even tried these yet. I kind of want to see how they compare with my cheese balls. So, ooh, yeah, look at that. How rich and dark they look. Oh, you can smell it. It doesn't smell like bad. There's definitely a kick to it. All right. Well, I'm going to be snacking on these a little bit today. There we go. So now let's dive in. We're going to do some stuff with Mechanica today, of course. Again, new update. You having a bad connection, Jason? I'm sorry. Seems to be fine on my side. So, yeah, we're going to do some new stuff in Mechanica today. I've done some work already before today, basically rebuilding the base, and we're going to try to do some extra stuff. I've got some ideas in mind, so let's jump on in. So, last time, I couldn't get a third platform to place over here, so I ended up having to rebuild all of this entirely, and now I can't get this to line up quite right, so I got this little step right there I gotta jump. But I have rebuilt all this, so I've got 3 platforms. We still have this working. I can go and turn on, turn off my bot destroyer, and I started playing around with an idea. You can see how much I've expanded a bit with the little I don't know what to call it other than funnel type style. It's like a trough. How I actually changed it a little bit to feed in from the side too, so I get a little bit of a control there, and it works. I also tried to put the side pieces out a little bit more, but I've realized I actually need to start with from here in when I redo this, because it falls down and then hits the edge on each side as it comes in, and they tend to get stuck there. But I have successfully, with this design, I have done 3 stacks of 50 iron, and it just tore right through, except for like maybe 10 that got stuck and I had to redo them. So yeah, that has worked out really well. And we're actually perfect timing. We're gonna see this. So I changed this to 10%. So once it hits 10% or less on the hour, this is going to kick on. Probably should have put it a little bit higher, I guess. I was just off on the hour count. But this doesn't matter anyway. We're going to move this today. But basically, I want to do, it's the same style with that. I want it to be a switchover, because those start, if you start them right as soon as the sun goes down, you don't get a full night's worth of power from them. They burn out right around 4 a.m. runs into a problem if you're wanting to power stuff all the way up to 6 a.m. So we're going to be doing some work with that today as well to alternate. And I have a crazy idea I want to see if I can make work once we get some of this going. So we got that about to run out. Yep, it's going to run out before. They might make it. 10% might be the exact amount to get it right up to 4 a.m. or just almost to 4 a.m. I really want to see this happen, actually. Pistachios. I have pistachios. I don't have any right now, but I've tried Cajun pistachios. I can't find any, like, Carolina Reaper pistachios. It just takes a lot of seasoning for those, I guess. Okay, that turned on, and it says still providing power. There it goes, 0. So 10%, if you do that switch and have it go on the hour, so every hour it checks, anything, you know, 10% is enough to get this to turn on. And make sure you have the generator going for at least a little bit of power before sunrise. I don't want to use the generator. I want to put it to all battery banks. So we're taking this out. Well, both of these out. Like that. We're going to move them. So I've got 2 walls. I kind of did this for a reason. We're going to pop with those. And basically, I've got 2 switches here. So idea is everything's going to feed through here and out over that way. And then we have switch 1, switch 2. I really wish you could color code these. You can't do that right now. There's no coloring option that I've found for these. But idea will be switch 1 and switch 2 will be on during the day. And then at night, switch 1 will turn on at 6 p.m. when the sun goes down, and then at like 2 p.m. we'll have the other switch turn on. I guess if I split it right, it'd be 12, midnight, because the other one. So basically the idea is to have them not fully drain through the night, but make sure I'm keeping consistent power provided by them. And, I'm kind of feeling like I want to do a control panel type thing over here. I feel like that would be a fun little style to this. We'll put like right here for now. It's not going to be that big of a deal. Like that. I'll put that up to 10% right there. I might not use that. I might switch it to a timer clock system. But these are feeding here. This is on. That means as soon as it's 6 a.m., these will all start charging. That's actually charging off of the generator. So I might have to put some more solar panels. I like the solar panels there. It keeps it cleaner. But yeah, this is going to give me 200 power and then 200 power. And I could just extend out this way and this way, and we'll have our own little corner of power. And, I actually kind of think I might swap that. Just because if we're going to do it based on not percentage, but timing, that will be a little easier, actually. Since I know I just want to split the night as far as what happens. So it's going to be a little interesting. And then basically each of these will trigger a specific change with their ones right here. I think that I don't know. I'm going to have to think on this for a second. I know what I want to do, and the matter of actually getting it to work that way is how can I actually make this work? And I hear it. I think. Yep. I've noticed now I can actually hear the dropship from a good distance. Like, it's not even close, and I'll hear it. Just off to the side, like, oh, wait, there's that little whine of the turbines, and it's like, oh, they're coming in. And I'll see it as they're just leaving the base, which is helpful. But, you know, not ideal. I'm thinking I've got another option I want to test out today for that. Right now, let's just go ahead. That was quite a few little buddies. We're gonna have some fun with this. Where's your dancing cheese video? I don't know. I don't know anything about your dancing cheese video. I just know that there's some, you know, floaty dancy robots here that are about to be destroyed. That's all I know. Happy rainy Saturday, Felonious. You just had a thunderstorm? I think we're supposed to get thunderstorm later. I don't think it's anytime soon, but it is going to be later. We'll have a thunderstorm here. I think we're supposed to be at the start, like, almost a week of rain. Now, let's do a couple more little... Oh. Carolina Reaper almonds. Either I'm getting really weak ones, or they're not really that bad. So that's 3 right there. Yep. 4, 5, 6. Definitely not even close to the cheese balls. Not even close to that. What? Oh, I disabled the thing that turns that off. Oh, okay. I broke something else I didn't mean to break. So, let me think on this. I really need this to control that and that. I mean, I guess technically I could have it where it just stays on, and then these are, you know, this is charging, and these are providing power. But the thing is, I don't want this to provide power, and because they're linked together, that's providing power, and this is charging from it. So that's, I need these to be triggered to shut off. So let's do this. We'll start on hour past. And just to give it as a case of, there's always a slight delay for like the hour pass, and it recognizes, oh hey, it's 6 p.m. or whatever. We're gonna wait 3 seconds. How about that? That's going to give me that. So wait 3 seconds. I think power switch 1 is that one. All right, so on hour past, wait. I guess we'll do is night. Okay, so we'll do the branch to take that. So we're gonna do, is it night? Yes, no. If it is night, then we need to have the first one. Actually, no. If it is not night, we need both of those to switch on. Period. We just need them to switch on. Period. Honestly, you know, that's not such a bad idea. You know, the fact is, if this is on 12 to 6, and this is on 6 to 12, then 6 p.m., that one turns off, and correspondingly these stay on charge, and then these get switched to provide power, and that's still on. So I am going to have to kind of do like this right here. I kind of wanted these to function as a on and off thing, but that's not going to work for charging. Yeah, I'm still confusing myself. As boss, if you're that tired, go to sleep. Just go to sleep. You know, put some headphones on, keep listening, but go to sleep. maybe the is night is not the best option. Maybe I need to do it as time. This is where it's definitely going to be a little bit crazier for this to work. So I'll take that out. Put this here. I'll move both of these up. All right, so we're going to take current time. And it's kind of weird how the numbers go. It's basically not, there's no hyphen, and it's not like 1097 is going to happen. It just goes up 1059, and then it goes to 1100, as we'll see in a second. So we need to have it on the hour. It's going to check if it's greater than 1800, but less than 0. Oh, how am I going to do it? All right, if it's greater than 1200, have it trigger, or greater than 1800, it needs to turn 1 off, and then turn those to provide power. So there it goes. It jumped from 1059 to 1100. Yeah, all right, so power switch 2. If it is, I wish we had a better nesting option. Okay, you know what? We need greater than, yeah. Greater than or equal to 1800. So every hour, it's going to look for that value. And we need the branch again. So right now, it is false. It's less than. So that's fine. All right. If it is greater than 1800, we want to turn off the second power switch. Okay. Yeah, this is about to get complicated. And that's going to stay on. All right. So if it is greater than 1800, turn this off, and I'll build from there. So if it's not greater than 1800, means less than 1800, the next one is it less than 600, I guess. If we do less than 6, well, no, if it's, yeah, it's gonna be very, very nested. Let's just do another greater than. Let's keep it consistent. If it is greater than, well, ooh, that's gonna be, yeah, that's not gonna work there. If I do that, it's gonna trigger for, it might accidentally trigger for something else. So I need something that's just gonna be the interim. So if it is less than 600, then, meaning it's not, wait, no, that's not going to work either. All right, I'm thinking on this. And I hear attack. So that is a total of 9 bots, and I never did go get that stuff. Let's see. Oh, I need to do, I do need to set some, like, more research going. I tried putting extra of, the orange science in there without selecting anything, and wouldn't take it, which is disappointing. I was wanting to have that be decorative by stockpiling the supplies, but it's not working. So maybe that's something that will come in the future. And there we go. Yeah, I can't, like, I got orange. It doesn't even give me an option to put it in if I don't have something research selected. So hopefully that'll get changed. I would love to have it where it shows like just full columns, like we just super load it and then say, okay, I'll hit research when I need to. Now back to this. Okay, where was it? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. If it's greater than that, go here. And if it's not greater than that, we need to go to the next thing. So if it is greater than or equal to 600, let's do that. If it's greater than 600, but not greater than 1800, we just need everything switched on at that point. So it'll be at 6 a.m. just to make sure. We'll turn both of them on anyway. I don't want to risk it not working. So power switch 1 and power switch 2 will turn on if it is not greater than 1800, but greater than 600, meaning 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And that still has that 3-second delay. So that will turn on. And then if it is less than, we'll do 559 for that. That's the false. So, oh, yeah, okay, let me see. So that should count, right? Because it should be, it's just going by numbers. So once it says 0, that should trigger then, because it'll be, the time is 0, that won't trigger, so it'll go false. It'll be, well, it's not greater than 600. It's like 001 or just 1. Okay, in that case, it goes to here. It's less than this, which is going to be anything above 0. That should work. And that would mean power switch 1 turns off. We're going to test this for a not. And I'll just have to manually set something on this. Actually, you know what? Let's just try it. Make sure I got the right one. Boom. That one goes. Boom. 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 Okay. So those work. We'll trigger. Actually, you know what? Let's turn off. Turn off. Both of them turn on. So, all right. The logic is working there. And if you need me to, I'll go through it a little bit more detailed again. It's a lot easier if you have a bare way to nest it, but we're having to kind of use what we got right here. That does not make it as straightforward as I guess it could be, but you know, it works. It just does make me think a little bit more complicated about it. So now that builds from there. So we're gonna do, and I'll have to adjust these later as I build more of these out. But this gives me a framework. So power bank 1 will go to provide power. So this is going to be kind of how I build off of this. So that power switch turns off and then it tells it to provide power for that, but we won't have it crossing. It's kind of the idea I want to keep. I don't want one power bank basically feeding another one. And we're going to use the charge function, maintain them on a charge function for the fact that it's just a little easier than saying turn off. They're already on charge. Should make it easy. I hear it again. We got another attack coming. So hopefully this should work. So it should be 6 p.m. This switch turns off and these stay on charging. These turn to provide power and that stays on. Then at midnight, that turns off. These go back to provide power or to charging. This goes on and these go to provide power. And then I need, on morning, I need all of these to be on charge in the morning. I'll drag it out a bit. Just to make sure nothing gets messy. Yeah, there's probably a more streamlined way to do it, but this way I can keep it more logical in my head of how I'm doing everything. And there we go. Got one destroyed bot. And a bunch of destroyed bots. Oh, we got another one coming too. Alright, let's see. We're getting close. Again, that should be morning. Everything goes back to charging. Yeah, everything goes back to charging. And then because we're using the switches to control the flow, these being on charge won't be an issue. Technically, I could probably dump those back out and just be like, you know what, put just these two to charge and be fine. But it makes it a little bit easier to think through it like this. Big boy. That's the big boy coming. And, oh man. Dropping him right there. I'm going to make sure he doesn't mess up any of my stuff, because this happens to be in his way and he doesn't want to go past it the right way. Alright. There we go.
Bye bye bot.
Done. All right. I do want to point out, I just saw it and it made me remember. If you notice, the steel skylight roof piece, along with like just regular roof, things like that, are marked invincible. They are part of the stuff that cannot be damaged. The steel foundation is invincible. The walls are not invincible. And I did try to find a way to use, say, a steel foundation mounted vertically over the front of the building, because I was like, well, you know, if it's invincible, if I could find the way to build around the building, I technically can build a wall that cannot be destroyed and breaks the new change to the physics. And we have it. That's off. Those are charging, but they don't have any power flowing to them, so they can't drain power from this. This is providing power to here, which is providing power to that, to that. So, yep, still going. Power to this. So that worked perfectly. Not to this. Let's go ahead and grab supplies while it's in between two attacks. And so now I just build more battery banks, and I can just keep expanding, you know, how much power I have during a night. Right now, 200 steady power should be enough, I would think. How do people play for 16 hours a day and are buff? Probably, you know, well, if they have nothing else to do in life, then they probably don't play every day 16 hours. They have certain days they go work out for probably 2 or 3 hours and then come back and play. I just can't see anybody playing for, you know, except maybe like once a week, play for 16 hours straight. Because you got to get up. You got to move. You got to walk around, get some cardio in, at least get some steps in. You know, and unless you're sitting with an absolute, like, just perfect chair behind you, or using a sit-to-stand desk so you can alternate, you're gonna wreck your back sitting for 16 hours a day. Just completely destroy your back. And I don't care how buff you are. I don't care how much you work out to be buff. You are going to not be able to stand up straight at some point. How's that doing? Okay, that's almost back up where it needs to be. Oh yeah, look at that. Plenty of iron from these, and they are pretty much, it's not midnight yet, so this is pretty much with just the one on it. I am regenerating fully every day, because I set this to 10%, I think, was what it had for the default option on it. And look at all that stuff. Need to put lights up there right over this spot for at night. Like a spotlight would be actually really good right here. Look at that. Plenty of stuff. Could always load up some like laser traps too, and just be when I switch this on, turns on the laser traps, starts doing damage to them, and I stand there and laugh as they get destroyed. Okay, now this is not going to work very well, but we're gonna go look at it anyway. So I've been testing some ideas here because I don't want endless, you know, furnaces going. Until the buddy bots can auto refill stuff, I want to be able to control the furnace if possible. And now when you're doing it right next to one of the mining rigs, you can actually set it to be like, oh, every 2 that it counts as far as a successful mine attempt. Do 1 time on the furnace and then shut it off. So there's a way to easily like make it efficient doing that. But doing this, I was experimenting with the idea of the laser cutter, or laser tripwire, not cutter. Is that even bundling it up like that, it still works for each one going through. That was quite a few. And so what it does, every one goes through, it adds 1 point to the counter. And then every time a something gets produced there, it takes 2 away from the counter. So basically, you know, use 2 iron ore up to make a steel ingot, it reduces by 2. So this automates it to where that will turn itself off as long as it goes through here and triggers the counter the right way. So we're going to see if that actually worked. And it all goes back to, again, how well the funneling works for that. If it gets stuck, you kind of have to throw it right in. But my idea was I want to have something with the buddy bots where they feed it in and it just tracks while they're going, as opposed to relying on them to trigger a stop for the furnace. And so that's kind of stuck right there. Come on, move. Something move. Oh, it slid a little bit. Everybody's quiet today. What? Why is everybody quiet? Except for Xbox. Xbox is chatting away. I'm just gonna let my furnace work while I eat some Carolina Reaper almonds. Extremes. Ooh, that looks like a good one right there. Has like a smoky, almost barbecue type kick to it. And so 6 out of 50 got stuck. That's it. All right, it took 1 there. Come on. Of course, this is not going to work if I have like multiple types going, and of course when I accidentally jump into it. I'm surprised it actually worked that well with how crowded the conveyor belt was. You're feeding your face? I'm kind of feeding my face. I may not be eating as fast as you are, but I'm sure you're not eating quite the same thing I am, Jenny. You're gonna clip it after the stream of me going, that's good. Carolina Reaper almond. Yeah, that's nowhere close to how hot the cheese balls are. Not at all. They're good. Like a spicy barbecue in a way. I won't say what that is. Jalapeno and cheddar cheese-its. Should get some Paqui ghost pepper chips. Haunted ghost pepper. That's the stuff right there. I think if I stick with this idea right here, I will find a better way to place the laser. Because they keep hitting it. So that's 3 stacks of 50 iron ore. We have 1 escapee. 1 piece escaped. That was it. I can deal with that kind of balance. Let's see. While we do that. Buddy bots. We're doing buddy bots. That's what I wanted to get. So I mean, there are 10 of the orange. We need a bunch more glass. Yep. The least I can get this started. Once that iron is out of the way, I'll get the sand and make some glass. I actually think this furnace control method would work fantastic with a glass production setup. Like just a bunch of sand drills, and then the furnace only turns on when when it has a sufficient count of sand to bother making glass. And I can still access the fuel input. Haven't found those yet? I'll find them at the gas station. They're a very, I mean, it's definitely a lot more. I would say actually those haunted ghost pepper chips have more heat than these almonds do. But it may also be the case that the chips are, you know, like full-sized chips. And this is like a little almond. I'm sure if I laid out just as many of these, it'd be around the same. I mean, not bad. But they're definitely not something that's going to, like, take your breath away, I would say. Or at least, they don't take my breath away. Yeah. So, the Blue Diamond Extremes. Carolina Reaper. What does it say? It says something on the... Yeah. Warning, this snack kicks back. So you get a kickback for eating the snack, is what I get from that. It means I should be getting paid for this, right? Disclaimer, they are not a sponsor of the stream. But if I'm supposed to get a kickback from it, they should be a sponsor of the stream. I got plenty of steel. Ingots being made, and about to have some more. Let's see, what time is it? It's after midnight. So those made it down to 40% power. It's on charge. Insufficient power because there's no power going to them. And these are providing power. So I will get down to 40% each night and then charge back to full every day. And all I gotta do is stack them over this way, stack them over this way, and hope that 5 or 6, maybe 7 on each will be enough to power all night. The idea being I'm focusing more on keeping it going, not just raw total power, because it's all about how long they go. There. All right. And something did not count right, because I have extras. Yep, there we go. Something did not, I guess I overloaded it. I mean, in the end, I won't have like that much at one time getting dumped on a conveyor. I just really wanted to see how well this would work with me manually handling it. I guess at the point, if I want to keep using this, one thing besides the sand glass production station that does nothing but like trigger correctly when they have sand coming from the drills, I could do it as a one spot. Like, we only have like really 3 options for the conveyors, but if I had like, all right, here's a conveyor, just main conveyor with the buddy bot drop off points, and it was like, here's 4 or 5, 6, whatever buddy bot drop off points lined along it. So I had all these buddy bots bringing their own stuff in, dropping it off. It should work well enough to keep track of how often it's got stuff coming through. I might have to do something a little different to make sure it balances it right, but that should provide me some more supplies. Oh, I did have glass. Never mind. I got plenty of glass right now. Let's finish this off then. That's probably getting close to running out of what I've already put in. Spots is back. Welcome back, Spots. Timmy? Timmy, you want a snack? Come on. Come on, show off. Got a new camera, come on. Free food, no special tricks. Come on, don't be embarrassed. It's like he knows he's on camera. I don't get how, but he always seems to know when he's on camera. Especially if it's right in front of his face. Come on. There you go. Nom 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 nom. Nom nom nom. Hey, that one? Yeah, there you go. So yeah, Timmy Cam 2. So we got the good views, the top down, and we got the from the front. Boop. He looks so tired right there. You just look exhausted. You played too hard this morning, didn't you? Hey, he just played too hard this morning. That's all it is. He is just like, too much effort. Too much. Just let me be. All right, so now, final test coming up. We're going to see this 6 a.m. What? Both? Why is that? Oh, no, that's not good. That was not providing power. I messed up somewhere. Well, let's see what happens. There we go. Okay, so that worked. They both turned on. So what happened? I didn't have something... Oh, I had that. Yeah. Greater than. That one turned off. And I never turned it back on. Okay. So that I missed on one thing. You know, I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, wait, there's somewhere I gotta have it doubled up. Okay, so 6 p.m. Switch 2 turns off. At midnight, Switch 1 turns off, Switch 2 turns on, triggering those respectively as they're supposed to be. And then at 6 a.m., everything triggers on, goes back to charging. Done, fixed. I have night-long power without a generator. And got that going. Let's see. And that shut off early. It's not triggering everything exactly. It is missing on some of those. So that is not quite... not quite perfect. But it works. To a degree. I mean, for me, tossing stuff in non-stop, it worked. 90-something% of the time. And I'm tossing in way more than I'll ever have go in at one time with buddy bots. So, yeah. That should work well enough. There we go. Oh, we got another one coming. I see it. Spotlight. I'm gonna try this. I think I left this. Oh, I did not leave that open. Ah. Yep, okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll take a window out. I'll do it like right here at the edge. And you know, I'll just for now turn it on. And that works well enough. Oh, come on. Apparently I can't jump very high now. There. Big bot. Oh yeah, that will work. That'll light things up at night. See that did no damage to the fence. So the spinning blades will deal damage, but the laser won't deal damage right now. I would think at least 1 point of damage there. I feel like that's going to be adjusted. There we go. Supplies. How am I doing? Actually, I'm doing all right. Okay. That is reset. Get up here. Oh, let me point out this. This whole contraption here. This is nothing to do with how I specifically wanted this to place. If I placed the conveyor belt down, it was automatically trying to sync where this was level with the floor and that was sticking down through the floor. I wanted it to be where the legs sit correctly, so I had to build it where it sat basically on top of a beam, took the beam out so it kind of sat and dropped down and kind of hovers above that. Hopefully that gets fixed where the legs will adjust correctly around the height, but yeah, that's the whole reason for that, why that's there. Like if I put it here, legs stick through right there. It doesn't make sense for it to be like that. It should, and I can't place it like this because I'm not targeting against a surface. So it's almost like you're meant to do against the wall, but you really can't. So you have to place something down to make it work right. And then you still have to be targeting something that even though it's snapping here, I cannot place it because I'm not targeting something. So the conveyors are actually really flawed right now. I'm hoping that gets fixed in a very near update, because that's doesn't work the way it should. They need to have it where the legs adjust as you place it higher and lower. That's absolutely what it should be. Shubha, you're a little late, yes, but hola, hello, bienvenue, konnichiwa, ni hao, bonjour, not, aloha, there we go, another one. Trying to think of what I'd already said and not said. Alright, you know what, let's just dump some stuff. That's what I was trying to do anyway originally. I was jumping up here to do this. So as long as it's paced a little bit slower, this seems to work perfectly fine. Which is exactly how a buddy bot will work. I don't know, we mentioned it last time. We need a funnel, hopper type thing. I would love to see a funnel that is like maybe a dumb funnel. It's just basic. It's like, oh, it's going to drop it in at whatever pace it can. And then a smart funnel for flow control. So if you did have something where you dumped in a whole bunch of stuff through one dumb or a set of dumb funnels, they all funnel down to a single spot. You could have a smart funnel that would control the rate at which everything was actually moving. And so it wouldn't get overwhelming like this. And now, another round. Namaste. All right, that works for you. Namaste. We'll do that. I don't think another attack's coming yet, so there we go. Oh, if you have fully automated, or even just decently automated, like I did at my other game save for oil and gas production, that really doesn't matter there. But that is great for, like right now, I don't have that. Yeah, we'll just do that one for the next. I don't have automated gas production, and the idea of the counter there can actually work for remote sites where maybe you're doing more than one mining setup. Like, again, just doing that, I could have it where every 2 of those, it triggers, you know, each one, it gives a count, and then every time an ingot is produced, it drops by 2. Same principle, which can tie with those to automate your on and off for the furnace so that it can be more efficient. And you just have to set up something where if you don't have power through the night, if it turns off with solar power, say, you know, stop production at 5:30 p.m. so you don't get halfway through where you got a count of 1 and it's waiting for the next one. What is that? Let me actually look at this. There. And it's a complicated one. So, on Laser Trip, take the existing number, add 1 to it, set the number value, and then turn on the furnace if it's not already on. Then we go to here on ingot produced, subtract 2 from the existing number, set the number value, then go here, and then if it is less than or equal to 0, turn the furnace off. So when it runs out or is a negative number, it shuts the furnace off. I'm sure there's some other options I could do for that same thing. But yeah, that's basically how I've been managing this. And again, it all goes back to how the tripwire works. Right now, it says there's 8. And something, like there it goes, knocked it loose. Some stuff rolls and some stuff doesn't roll. Oh. There you go. Oh, oh. Buddy bot. Chassis. I'm not going to catch him. I don't have any stamina shots. We'll catch him. Halfway back to his base. Why start making a Subnautica Below Zero tutorial series? You kind of, I guess, haven't looked on the channel. I've been doing that for weeks. I have, like, I mean, I think we're at 10 or 11 videos now in the tutorial set, in the guide video set. That's been going on for, you know, 1 a week. That's at least has been going on almost 3 months now. So, Shelby, you need to look on the channel. It's like the very top playlist on the main channel page is my guide videos for Below Zero. Okay. No loose buddy box. I think I got enough right now. Look at that. Oh, so much. Still need to worry about automating it with the vacuums, but the vacuums are still kind of lacking in this game. Definitely wish it worked better. More like the game No Place Like Home. Vacuuming that works really well. The vacuums here just don't. They're not reliable enough. So yeah, turned off, and I don't have anything left over. There we go. Dump that. Actually, boom. There we go. Got a whole bunch of goodies. I just have to be a little bit slower with how fast I pour this in. Concern myself with it getting some stuff stuck. But otherwise, it works. Automatically turns the furnace off. You watch them even though you've already finished the game? Well, I mean, there's always room to, you know, learn something else. You know, I'm sure, you know, unless you finish the game, like if there was a completion aspect to it, like 100% complete, unless you did that 100%, you'd probably still find something in some video, like, oh, you didn't get all of the jukebox disc in this playthrough. You didn't check out all of the alien or the architect artifacts, and you just want to do it just to say you did. You know, there's got to be other options on things you can still go and find that I'm trying to cover in my videos. Not that there. And I guess, but there, I'm about to use some iron or use some steel up. Let's get some of this out. There we go. And keeping everything over here until I am perfectly satisfied with how this is set up. And then I'm going to move all my storage up in here as well. Now, I got an idea. This is not going to be the most straightforward idea. It's not going to be the easiest one to implement. And I honestly don't know how well it's going to work. But I want to try it out. If I can find the thing. Or is it decorative? Yeah, there we go. Industrial alarm. So I've got these, and my idea, what I'm thinking, is using the industrial alarm connected to a distance sensor. The distance sensor not being the one right here, not like this, but for proof of concept, we're gonna do this. We'll go ahead and put 100%. So we got the way the distance meter works. It's kind of like a tripwire, but up to 500 meters, I think, is what it can do. So basically, you have it where it's going to pull like every second. I'm probably going to have a timer, a clock as well on this. This is probably not going to work. I'm just go ahead and say that. But I want to do it. So on minute past, meaning like basically every second, it's going to do this. It's going to check. Comparison, because we got a blue value, we're going to say less than or equal to. So we're going to say every second it's going to track and see if there's something. Let's see, it's going all the way to the wall over there, to that, I believe. I think is what it's targeting. That or the old power pole. So if it is less than, say, 10 on the value, okay, we're going to have it do go branch. So you're doing the comparison between this value, this value. If it is less than 10, sound the alarm. And actually, we'll just do it for now. I'll change it later. Then no alarm. So what I want to do is kind of take this whole rig over there, or at least the sensor over there. I might leave that as part of like here, but it's going to go over there, and as soon as that pops out of the top of that base, it's going to sound the alarm here at this base. So I'm going to be climbing up there, which means I'm going to need some stairs too, I'm sure. We'll need some of these when I get over there. I want to see if I can make that work. I want to give myself an advanced warning alarm that, hey, guess what? Drop ship inbound kind of thing. You haven't played the full version yet? Yeah, I mean, for the end of Subnautica Below Zero, there's definitely more fanfare about the whole ending of Below Zero than the original game. Of course, the original game is just you getting off the planet. Below Zero, you're leaving with Alan. But you remember in the live streams during early access, I said I expect at some point, that's the direction they're going. It's kind of like a Prometheus type ending where it's like, oh, well, do we go home or do we go to the alien home world? And I predicted they were kind of going to go in that direction, and they did. And for me, it's okay. It's not great, but it is at least the ending that it kind of led towards. Still doesn't make sense that we have no real closure for Marguerite. She's been made to be important to the story to a certain degree, but at the same time, she's really not important at all. Which is, it's like, other than that one tiny little bit that she's involved in the story, there's nothing for her in the story. She could have been left out. She could have been taken out, other than the crazy character, That's my big gripe for it, is that they didn't give her more of a actual critical role in the story, in the game. There's no, we just leave her there hiding from Altera. And that's really all it was. She should have had something more substantial for herself in the game. Finally finished. Alright, we'll do one more dump of stuff. I'm trying to get some room. I expect, as long as I don't have the buddy bots just going super fast by having 20 of them at one time producing like stuff to a conveyor belt, this would work ultimately in the end without issue, because even the furnace will be able to keep up with a steady stream of materials. Without this piling up too much. That definitely works as a way to funnel things in better, but we need a normal, actual funnel type of component in the game, I say. Yeah, she couldn't risk leaving because she's hiding from Altera, sure. But at the same time, she could have left with us. She could have said, "You're going to the alien world? Well, I mean, sure, B's hanging out here waiting to die, you know. Sure, I'll come with you." She could have gone with us. She did not have enough of a role in the game. She was treated like she was part of the story, but she really wasn't. She could have been removed from the story, and we would just find, like, her base where she was hiding. She passed away. Maybe find her, you know, remains, her skeleton there in a chair where she, you know, died in her sleep or something. And there's the little, you know, like a Snow Fox module or something like that. But she could have been taken out and it wouldn't have made a huge difference to the story. The game has an air horn. No, it's got the alarm and that's it. The little klaxon alarm was, you know, just the... It's the industrial alarm. That's all it is. Don't think it has any air horn. I mean, that could be something to suggest as an air horn type option, but basically all you could do is change the volume and pitch. And if you change the pitch, it actually just changes the speed of it so it goes faster. I'm just worried about it being a case of when I stand here, I want to hear the alarm going off. Now step away, and no alarm. So I know that that is being triggered by the base over there. And I am thinking, you know what? We'll just keep this here. I really wish we just had a way to place this properly against the wall where it's not like angled like that, but oh well. I got that. So now it's a question of getting onto the roof. Once I get onto the roof, place this down, I just have to then go like that and hold the button all the way back here and be able to jump up here and pin it to that. Oh, let's see. I'm gonna make... There you go. That works. I mean, I really didn't have to have it, but it helps. See, that is still actively... Oh, wow. Lots of spillage on that one. So I'm going to let this, like, empty, and then we'll go. That way, we're going to get this, and it'll basically be, I hear the alarm, I know they're attacking. It's kind of my idea there. Timmy, ready for a treat? I can't tell if he's, like, just trying to ignore it, or if he's actually just like, I'm too tired. You too tired? See, your eyes are open. That's your eyes. Oh. There you go. Okay. He's like, no, don't do that. Pet me. All right. One moment. Let me get in position for the bots. There we go. Oh. 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 You want to do anything? No? No, no one can care now. Oh, come on. Boom. Here we go. Why are you being so picky? Come on, eat it. Eat. He's like, I'm not fine. I'm not. I want to look here. So new Timmy cam. Yes, he is too tired. He played hard again. He always plays hard in the mornings. So he wakes up, plays hard, and then is like, I'm exhausted. Right, Timmy? Or are you just like embarrassed because you see the camera right there? There you go. Get it. Yeah. Nom. Okay. That's enough for now. You got food. You got that. There you go. Yeah. Okay. All right. Time to go. This would be a lot easier if I had my car again with the stairs on the back. But we're gonna go. And we're gonna set up an attack alarm. So I feel like this is the first I've seen something I think the distance sensor will work properly for. Because, I mean, it's so focused. It's a tripwire, laser tripwire you can't see. It goes up to like 500 meters in the distance. And so it's like, it's not like you can sit there and say, hey, motion sensor for up to 30 meters. I think we need a like wide range motion sensor type thing. Something that like, oh, if there's a bot coming, it sees motion in that area, it sounds an alarm. But we don't have that. So for this, I'm going to do the same styling. It's just going to be right on top of the little base itself. Now, I wonder what happens if I'm like sitting at their base building when they decide to launch an attack. Huh. Didn't grab the lot. Take the lot. I can handle having an extra little light for my own usage. I also kind of feel like, you know, I get the dropship. It kind of works better with the design of the Odyssey buildings. Like, there's no door. You know, we never saw a door. It's honestly kind of like, if I had to relate it back to anything from the past, Empyrean. Some of the points, the enemy bases, the POIs, they had dropships they would launch, you know, for troops. And they basically had like a little spot where they would pop up, and like when you started taking the base apart, it would be kind of like that, where you'd have this, you know, bunker type thing that just kind of comes up and does exactly that. And it feels a lot like that. Like there was not an entrance to get in and out of, sort of thing. It was more of a, you know, what am I saying? I'm trying to how phrase it. It was like a hangar type thing. And that's what this feels like. It feels like there's a hangar type element to it. Which is why we, the dropship actually makes sense, because they're just coming out of the hangar. like that. There we go. I'll have extra stairs than probably what I'll need, but... oh, there it goes. All right. You know what? Let's just test it. Yep, that still doesn't work. So there's a block there. You just can't actually interact with it. So you gotta jump. Actually, I only have to jump. I just need... do like this. And I'm assuming they... I mean, that's about center. I'm thinking they're gonna, you know, come through like this. I'll leave that for now. I'll come back later for the stairs. So yeah, just gonna walk all the way back like this, and hopefully don't let up too much on the mouse button. Subnautica and Unreal Engine 5. I don't think it's gonna make a huge difference unless they really dive into like the extra environmental aspects that you could do with Unreal Engine 5. I mean, you know, the better quality shadows, things like that will work. But, I mean, you know, if you look at the original game and Below Zero, the graphics style that they use for their design, for the most part, I don't think would really take advantage of Unreal Engine 5. Maybe it helps it run more efficiently, a little bit smoother. So with that and a, you know, more decent graphics card, you can still get a really good quality. You know, it'd be like this game is not going to see a huge boost from Unreal Engine 5 in terms of the way it looks. Yeah, it might have certain aspects that are going to look better, but the general graphic style is not going to see that huge of a benefit versus something like, you know, was it Tomb Raider that they showed in the demo, I think? You know, something like that where, you know, it's really looking at some of the environment as far as how it looks. You're traversing through a lot of very defined, you know, levels. Things like that, I think we'll see more benefit. I mean, yeah, again, they could do a lot with the environment look. But in the end, I don't think it's going to be that huge of a difference between Unreal Engine 5 and current. And we got some bots. Where'd it go? Where? I might just have a bot that chased me. I don't know. Oh, yeah, it's just got a stray bot. Since I'm in IT, what's the stupidest thing someone has asked? Oh, wow, okay. Put me on a spot for the multitude of dumb questions I've gotten. All right, I know one. And we got bots inbound anyway. It was somebody who said their mouse wasn't working. And I asked them, was it a wireless or wired? Like, it's a mouse. Like, does it have a cable coming out? No. Okay, it's a wireless mouse. Did you check the batteries? How do I do that? The bottom, does it have a compartment comes off? No. And they basically were holding the mouse, and the bottom of the mouse was like the end, like there, not the underside, but the back of it. It wasn't one question. It was like just continuous. I don't know how to do this, and they were about to pay to have somebody come out to change the batteries in their mouse because they could not figure out how to get the mouse open to change the batteries. So I'm going to say that's one of the stupidest encounters I've had. Not question, but encounters. It's things like that that make me say, how is it you even function in your job? Because I know plenty of people now, you know, most people nowadays have to have a certain level of computer literacy just to do their job. Even if that means just being able to answer email. And you're like, you don't know how to even, like you got this wireless mouse, you can't even find the compartment on the bottom? Yeah. There's some issues. There's some people out there that, you know, probably should not have a job that requires them to use a computer. Let's put it that way. On minute past that, I'm gonna see if I can do it before it gets back over there. Less than or equal to, let's just do 80. I feel like that's a good spot. Branch. And if it is true, execute. All right. So it's landing. This may not work. Kind of hard to tell. It seems like it gets there and then hovers. It did it! I got it! Even though it's like one time, I'm fine with that. As long as I can hear that alarm, I can be like, oh, attack inbound. Because I do sit there and then kind of like despawn type of thing is what I've noticed from a distance. So if that stays consistently working, then oh yeah, I've got an alarm for when there's an attack coming. And that somehow managed to get off. I don't know how on that. I know how that happened. Most complex question now? I mean... I don't know. I mean, I guess the most complex question would be if somebody says, hey, is there a program out there that does this one specific thing the way we do that probably nobody else does that you could get for free and set it up, and it'd be like easy to set up, like we're easy enough we could do it. You know, like they have a certain process they've come up with for how to handle documentation or something like that, or how they scan their you know, contracts or whatever in, and it's like we want it to do process it all this way automatically for us, and we want to do it for free, and we want it to be so easy we don't have to pay you to set it up for us. Stuff like that. I can't think of like the most complex question. Because, you know, it really depends. I mean, I guess the most complex question would be somebody asking me about when I'm installing a new server is like, how does this work? And then I'm like, you know, I'm just going to dumb it down as much as I can for them, because if I start getting into like, when I start talking about like, okay, this is the computer, not the hard drive. The hard drive is inside the computer. You lose them. There's so many people that still call the computer tower, the case, like the whole thing is a hard drive. You ask them, do you have a desktop or a laptop? What are you talking about? I have a hard drive. That's kind of where it goes now. All right, that's iron and copper in there. So we'll see how it works with it being mixed together. I think worst case I might move like these out somewhere and have that exact setup just for glass production. Something got counted wrong. Yeah. Google is your friend. I mean, that's how I know most of what I know is, well, not Google, but, you know, figuring out for myself before Google, you know, trying stuff and then going and using a magical thing that kids probably don't know about anymore is the library. You know, going and reading books, those things with paper that you flip. But yeah, most of what I know I learned by just doing, you know, trying to figure it out. You don't see that anymore. Everybody just wants it to be like handed to them. I'll dump those in. So So, you know, my power is working fine. Not having any issues with that. I feel like I just want to go ahead and do the extra power banks just to get them out of the way. So let's just do 4 more. Since I got supplies. Except I don't have the batteries. Wait, oh, I had the... it's extra. Yep, okay. I messed up. I got extra screens then. That'll work for later. So we're going to do like this, and like this, and like this, and this. So same idea. Each of these will go here to their respective spot. Oh, and we'll go ahead and turn each of these on to charge up. It'll get fixed better the next day. Okay, I gotta look at this again. Everything's in place. I just gotta remember the order. So 1, 2, I'm gonna have to change. I gotta take 3, yeah, that one and that one out. So we're gonna go, that's that one. So that's 0, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Wish you could actually rename them and change the order that way. It would be so much easier. So, at 6 o'clock, we turn that switch off and set those 2 to provide power. The others are already on charge, so we don't need to do anything there. We'll go with these, like this. So these will also go to provide power. That's just the way we're going to do it. So that's going to give me 400 power evenly through the night without interruption, which is what I am going for. Oh yeah, I gotta set those to charge as well. We're gonna do like this, because that's, yeah, these are gonna be set already to charge, so that's going to go to power. Provide power from each of these. We got another group attack coming in. It's fine. Sound like I just almost about to land on top of me. So this should be correct still, but we will find out at night. All right, I'll go do this real quick. Mr. Spicy tells all. Spicy stories of the IT world. Yeah, I don't know how well that would work out. It'd be like, yeah, nobody's interested. It'd be one of those things where like the names have been changed to protect the innocent and stupid. Yeah, can I change the battery on your wireless mouse? Because you can't figure out how to take the panel off the back. Or it's just more of not interested in taking the panel off the back. You just don't want to worry about learning something new. That's all it really comes down to in the end. For some people, is they just don't want to learn something. And we got an alarm. Okay, so that last attack, I got no trigger when it came through. But this, when it returned, I got a trigger. So either it popped out quickly enough that I didn't get a trigger, and I see a little buddy bot guy over there. And it looks like another ship is launching. Yep. So the launching is not triggering it. When it gets low enough, before it despawns, it sits there long enough to trigger. I think that was actually spawned a little higher with it being a new attack wave as opposed to being one that it didn't sit there. It like kind of popped up and started moving right away. So that alarm may not work like I want it to. Yeah, there's that stuff getting stuck. I'm about to get some buddy bots going. God, the light from that is so bright. Even during daytime. Oh. Something did not trigger right. Yeah, that's... I want to see how this works with the buddy bot before I go and get rid of that, but that is a bit problematic. We'll go ahead and make this. I can do this. Like that. What? And stuff just getting stuck. Like, it doesn't even slide. We need some kind of funnel that will work for that. And let stuff slide. I'm watching, see that dropship land. So it's actually, it's you can see it kind of working its way down. And then it stops and hovers. And then it doesn't trigger. They may not be coming out in the exact spot that I'm in. Right over there. I may not have it exactly positioned the way it needs to be. Okay. There goes that. Buddy bot. Actually, I already have the one buddy bot, but you know what? Fine, we'll do this. I needed to unlock the drop-off point anyway, so... I'm out of batteries. That. Oh yeah, plenty of supplies. I'm sure I've got plenty more stuff built up waiting to be collected now. Alright, I am going to put one box in. Again, I got needing stuff like screws. So, you know, take you. So if I go and say, here you go, here's that, here's the bots. Let's get it turned the right way like that. He's gonna pick up, go there, and just keep going non-stop. I've got to get power to him. Which is gonna be one of the things. There we go. We're gonna do like that. So I'll go across to here. Well, okay. There we go. Okay. All right, you get that. And that. I'll link. What? I don't have to link him. Yeah. Pick up from storage box and place item to drop off point. And it will go until the box is empty. So we're going to create this loop. We're going to go to that. That. So go. And we'll see how this works with it being like one at a time. He doesn't care that it's higher than he is. Oh, there we go. Okay. So that's a problem there. Interesting. That was working perfectly fine. Oh, yeah. I did everything through it, too. Great. All right. I'm going to do it like this. Revamp this. We'll just do laser tripwire is triggered. We're going to take the number. We got to math this out. So we're going to do this. Take that number. And I'm going to add 1 to it. Assuming that those are actually triggering anything. Which it's going over it. It's not ideal. Okay. I'll just let it run for right now. We'll figure this out. It was working fine when I dumped everything in. Apparently the sand is sitting lower for the buddy bot. I don't know why. Is Mr. Spicy too hot to handle? Yeah, there we go. I'm not going to do an IT for Dummies. Probably because I'll get sued by whoever does the For Dummies books. But also, IT from Dummies. How about that? Not for dummies, from dummies. Let's see. My idea was to use the tripwire for not one conveyor at a time, but for multiple. But I may not have a very good option here. Let's see. That doesn't even go all the way across. Okay. We'll try. If worst case, I can find a use for the beam. All right, so we're gonna do that. Does it work? It triggers. There we go. All right. Oh, and I got something for that attack. So the return triggered again. We might have to go sit out there and wait for them to do something. If they'll even do it with me sitting there. I don't know if they will. Okay. I'm going to try this again. On trigger. It's going to take that. It's going to go up by 1. Yes. And we have to set the new number value. Like that. And oh, I did a yeah, I did a furnace get variable is on, because if it's not on, compare Boolean. So if it is on, then can't remember if that's actually how I set it up. Actually, no, I didn't do that. That's right, I just did a branch. Because it's easier. So, is on. Yes, it's on. Then do nothing. If it's not on, we want it to turn the furnace on. So that we have a, have it, you know, ready to go. So that was the first stage. Then we have the furnace, which is on a bar being produced. We're going to take the number from there, and we're going to do a subtract this time. Because it takes 2 ingots, we're going to subtract 2 from the number. Every time, or 2 items every time a number is produced. We're going to, then you have to set the number value so it actually takes the change. And then if it is less than or equal to, what it was, yeah, that. So we can do it like this. Less than or equal to 0. Then turn the furnace back off. So if it's when it hits 0, it turns the furnace off. The idea means I can't just dump stuff in full auto. And he's out. Good. Okay. There we go. All right, that might be fixed now. Again, I need some supplies. Let's grab iron over here. You want a music album from me? That's going to be a while. That will be a very long while before that happens. Oh. My pile of goodies. Plenty of supplies. Okay, we got 50 of these. And he's just sitting there. It's empty, but he's waiting for an input. Once something goes in, he turns on, starts going. He's got power from the building, which is being handled by those over there. All I did was add these and tie them in. So these are still trying to charge. They didn't get a full charge. We're good to go, I think. And I'm getting some stutter now. So that's 1. 2. Triggers to produce. As soon as it produces, boom, 0. We're that. So we should have no problems there with that. That same idea. I mean, until an automated buddy bot option for refueling exists, this will stretch my fuel supplies a lot better. But once I can have my buddy bots just refill everything, I'll just, you know, I'll set up something for that and not have to worry about it like this. Okay, so he's going. We got special doors, we got Tesla, we got the car, which is going to use combustion engine. We got that. You know what? Let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to get some weapons beyond just the stupid bat. How about that? I'm ready to beat some bots and shoot them with a nail gun. Those little bots are harder to catch with a baseball bat. Make sure you're going to have class with a great teacher who teaches coding. All right. Learn some coding. Learn to write your own app. Come up with the next big idea. Turn it into a multi-billion-dollar company. Have Facebook, Amazon, somebody offer to buy it. And then, you know, you can toss $1 million my way. How about that? Yep. So it's not fast, but it will work. And that I can sit here and dump everything into like one spot and they'll just keep going. I really feel like I want to kick my sand production up now. Captain Crunch peanut butter good. I'm gonna say you need something healthier than that, Xbox. $500 million? No, I don't need that much. I'd 500 million, I'd be like, okay, how much can I give away for charity before you just say you're trying to get like tax exemption or something? Because I'm not doing that. I just like, I don't need 500 million. You know? There we go. I think I'm gonna do, where is it? I have, yeah, second one. Let's just try this. I don't know how well it will work if I do two of them together. I've never tried doing two together. Actually, I'm gonna start with this. Pick up from storage box, drop off point, go. Like, same thing. I'm just gonna have two of them active on the same storage box. Well, it's almost perfectly synced. Look at that. Go faster. Yes. So the input will work. If I could find a way to funnel everything right, again, a hopper or something like that, you could just, you know, I could come in here and be like, toss, and let it all go. And have it just do that. Or we need something that can extract, like, from these. Dude, something, it just froze up. The game just, like, didn't know what to do. So that's, what if we had an extractor? You can place the storage boxes with a vacuum and it connects to it. What if we had the opposite? We had a vacuum that pulls from the storage box. So you place the storage box on it, or place the storage box and put the extractor on top of the storage box and it pulls out, and it just power consumption up to a certain amount. Like, okay, give it a variable power consumption. 5 power at the lowest speed, 50 power at the top speed, and it just sits there and shoots out. Kind of like the drop-off point here sits on top of, like, something like that, just sits on top of it and just goes boop, 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 like that at high speed. You just come in, you just dump all your supplies in, and it just tosses out. It would get rid of a buddy bot function, sure, but at the same time, you could use it to dump into, you know, a furnace faster and speed things up. Do I have any demonetized videos? Not that I'm aware of. I mean, I have videos that I've had, you know, like a copyright complaint against, but it was usually something to do with like the music from a game. That was like, oh yeah, we're claiming against this music in the game. And it's one of those groups I think doesn't even actually have any right to do it, but if you fight them and you lose too many times, you get, it gets you, kind of in hot water. So sometimes it's better not to worry about fighting them. I did win a fight against, was somebody filed a strike against one of my videos for my music, for my outro. And what they did was they took the music from my little trailer video, they cut part of it off, they slowed it down, changed the pitch, and then tried to copyright it as a 40-second song. And claimed it was theirs. And basically, my claim to YouTube was like, if you look, the video they're claiming copyright against came out 2 years before they say their copyright was filed. So how is it their song that they copyrighted like in 2019 and it's been on my stuff since 2017? And I filed some copyright claims against them on a few other sites saying, yeah, you're hosting fraudulent, a copyright, they're claiming copyright on it, but it's actually mine that I paid for, has somebody make for me. And here's my, oldest video with it on it, 2 years before they claim to have written it. Mr. Minder, thank you. How did I grow? Persistence. I always try to do a little better with each video and just, do what you enjoy. Don't go after like, hey, you could try and experiment with some stuff. I did that. I tried different themes and stuff like that, but in the end, if you're not making content you're not happy with, then it don't matter how much money you make. You're gonna be miserable doing the job. So if you're just starting out, make sure you're doing content that you enjoy and that you would like to watch. And I basically do that. I build my guide videos around the way of what I want to watch. I don't want to watch a 30-minute video for somebody saying, here's how to find diamond in Subnautica. And it's a live stream that they cut that one 30-minute section out. And it'd be like me saying, all right, I'm going to show you where to find diamond. And from here, I walk over there real time, no editing. It's just going along. And you get over there and it's like 30 minutes to show you one thing. I'm like, I could do that in a minute 30. That's the kind of stuff I like. So I make content the way I like it. They are going through that quickly. I'm thinking with the right setup, 3 or 4, like 2 chests, 3 or 4 of those going at one time, I would have a pretty steady production. I already cleared that. I was about to get turned on again. I still got. I'll move that stuff. I don't use wood products that much. I don't even need that stuff now with the way my defenses are set up. Let's see. We're going to do the next one. I need 20, 20, 10. So I need 50 research crystals. I've got the glass. I really could use one more sand drill. Let's do a sand drill. I got power. Oh, this reminds me now, one weird thing that happened. The next time after last stream when I started back in, this one said no sand. I had to actually pick it up and move it over again because something with the way it was encroaching, it acted like it had no sand in contact with it. And I was like, okay, that's a little odd. But, it is what it is. I had to adjust some things. I got it adjusted. It worked. There we go. Bigger sand drill setup. That's going. Go here. Like that. Actually, no. There we go. So I need crystals. Crystal. I mean, if you want to use Photoshop, you can. If you've already paid for it, then go ahead. I would say, honestly, I'm assuming Photoshop, unless you are doing going to be doing something specific on how to use Photoshop, there's other options. You know, Photoshop's just like a luxury one. I use it, but I use an older version that I don't have to pay for the monthly on. And that's really the only reason I'm still currently rocking Adobe anything at the moment. But there, I mean, I didn't even hear you coming up behind me. You could check out, I mean, there's free options out there. GIMP is an image thing like Photoshop. I'd say there's more of a learning curve with that. And it doesn't have all the capabilities of Photoshop, but unless you're really getting into doing a lot of like photo editing, you're probably not going to use all the capabilities of Photoshop anyway. You could get Affinity Photo, which does the same stuff for half the price for like $50. There's Canva for doing thumbnails specifically, if you got that. A lot of people swear by Canva. I've used it for certain stuff. It works well. You know, it comes down to your preference. And Filmora I have not used, so I can't say. There's HitShot Express is supposed to be really good. It's free. There's other free ones. You could get DaVinci Resolve, which is free, which is the one I'm looking to move to, because it has a lot of capabilities, and it's a one-time fee to upgrade if you do want to have the more advanced capabilities. But yeah, find something, that works for you. I can't say at the beginning, you're buying the hardware, don't worry about paying for the software. You can get free Xbox or free stuff, for software wise. And of course, I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, Streamlabs OBS, if you are going to live stream, you don't want to mess with getting an overlay, being able to do, stuff like this, moving around. And apparently my transition broke on one side. If you don't want to do that, Streamlabs makes it very easy to get started with their OBS, but it's very bloated, and you're going to see a lot more CPU usage. Like I'm running at, half of what I would see with Streamlabs OBS, but they have their templates, makes it easy to get set up if you want to put a little extra effort. Nerd or Die has tons of different templates to check out that you can get for free or cheap, and it froze up again. Okay, something is like, I don't know if it's something to do with that, because that's when it started. Something's freezing this up, like making it really think hard for just a second. Now, Minder, you didn't say, you're doing gaming. Are you planning to do like camera of yourself, or are you gonna do just like the gameplay with voiceover for your video style? i5, if you're gonna live stream with i5, then yeah, you may want to look at having a secondary system for the streaming on that. Also, make sure if you are encoding through OBS, I'm assuming you got a graphics card. I mean, maybe not. You got 1K on a PC right now does not get you a graphics card, really. Yeah, if you have a graphics card and it's a NVIDIA, I can't remember what the AMD one is, but NVIDIA, you can use the NVENC encoder from any of the, fairly, the last few years graphics cards, and that will offload the video encoding from your CPU to the graphics card itself. Runs a lot better and frees up your CPU for other stuff. So you definitely want to check, depending on what graphics card you have, make sure you're using the hardware encoding through the graphics card. Otherwise, you're putting everything through your CPU, and you're going to have a major bottleneck with an i5. Even an i7 is a bottleneck if you're encoding everything and trying to game at the same time. Games with voice, then don't worry about lights or anything like that. Worry about getting a microphone and having it close to your mouth. You know, headsets, most headset mics, yes, they're going to be close to your mouth, but they're not high quality. You want something that's a larger diaphragm, a condenser mic, and again, the closer it is to your voice, to your mouth, the more control you'll have and the less room noise you'll get. If you're doing audio and gameplay, like voice and gameplay, you're going to need to have good audio on your voice to, you know, make sure people are interested. You can have bad game video quality, gameplay quality, everything like that can be bad, but if you're, you know, people are watching you on a mobile device, listening to earbuds, they want good audio. Audio is one of the things that they say is the biggest turnoff for people viewing videos on YouTube. Is bad audio will drive people away faster than bad video. All right, I got the alarm for one pulse. That sounds like it was one that was getting the return of that last attack. So they're not triggering at all on a brand new attack. And that's getting to be very frustrating. There you go. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was going to do, yeah, 50. I think I got enough for this. Yes, I'm good. Okay. There we go. Get up here. We'll get the nail gun and the electrified bat. And I'm gonna go toe to toe with them a little bit better now. We're gonna go over there. I left those stairs so I can get there. We're gonna try to reposition this. I want to see if I can actually catch a dropship launching. Because I want to see, does it spawn above everything, just kind of like mid-air, or does it actually act like it launches out? I'm hoping at some point it'll be, we'll see like doors open up at the top. It'll actually have like that opening effect from doorway, you know, hangar doors opening. You're like, oh, hey, they're attacking. Oh yeah, look at that. There's a good amount right there. Yeah, 8 gigs of RAM. I mean, RAM is going to be a lot more of like how many, how much you're doing in terms of, you know, number of instances of OBS. Things like I'm running OBS and the game. I've got a bunch of utilities. That's another thing to be cautious of, even recording what's going on in your background. How many utilities you have. You have like Dropbox, Google Drive, stuff like that constantly syncing. It's going to eat up some processing. So all that, I'm using 13 gigs of RAM because I've got 32 gigs installed. So, and that's a little higher than most of the time. So 8 gigs of RAM, you might be okay. Just go back to the games you're going to do. Again, you want to offload to your graphics card for your encoding. It'll be under the advanced settings. I think you have to have triggered on OBS. And just go in there and put, you know, it's like recording. You'll have like the engine, and make sure it is hardware NVENC or something like that. That way it uses the separate NVENC chip on the graphics card. That will take a lot off your CPU there and help with that. Definitely SSD for your apps. OS, gameplay, stuff like that, or, you know, games, things like that. But you don't want to record your video to your SSD. If you're just going to stream, fine, but you don't want to be recording your video to your SSD because SSD's life based on number of write cycles, you'll burn through that. If you're not going with like an enterprise grade SSD, you'll burn through the lifespan of a solid state drive pretty quickly if you are actually recording and saving video to it. So that is something to keep in mind. You definitely don't want to be constantly, like, every year replacing a solid state. I have two 7200 RPM mechanical drives I record to. And the reason for two is, again, you know, why SSDs are popular is the speed. With the mechanical, I don't get the same speed, but they're much more durable in terms of longevity and how much can be written to them. So I write my gameplay to one drive. I'll write the video, the camera video, to the other drive. So if you're going to do no camera video, you just want to do gameplay, you want just one mechanical drive. Again, you could do it to your SSD, but you'll burn through your SSD's lifespan pretty quickly. I would say within a year to 18 months, you would probably have to replace it if you're doing a lot of recording. If you're planning to do, you know, multiple videos a week, you'll burn through it pretty quickly. Another attack that didn't trigger. Wait for my weapon research to finish, and we'll do an attack run against our friends over there. Dolly, thanks for joining in. $256 gigs, only the 244. No, you cannot sue them and get paid. That's already been tried in the past. Won't work. There's actually, I believe, all of them have like a disclaimer inside the box that you're buying it for this, but because of variation on how your system formats it, you know, how all that, you're gonna have, you know, less storage. That's already been tried. It's like you can't go to McDonald's, buy coffee, and then sue them for spilling it on yourself because you didn't know it was hot. Somebody's already done it. That's exactly why there is a disclaimer on a coffee cup saying, caution, contents may be hot. Because somebody sued saying, I'm stupid, I didn't know the coffee was hot. And they won. Same thing as, was it, I think it was 70s or 80s when cruise control was a new thing for vehicles. They advertised, it wasn't like cruise control, it was like something else. They phrased it in like an RV sales thing, and some couple took it to be, it was like, I think they called it autopilot or something, and they basically took it as, oh, it will drive itself. How amazing. The you know, I can't believe the time we're living in. And, you know, this, again, 70s or 80s. So the couple basically had their RV. They were driving down the road. They put it on autopilot and decided to go in the back to cook in the kitchen, and they had a wreck. They didn't die, and they ended up suing over it. And now that's why there's, like, in all these manuals for vehicles, cruise control does not steer the car. Now, granted, now we do have AI, you know, stuff doing, you know, self-driving cars, but for that time, that, you know, that's what happened. Somebody thought it meant that they could just walk away and it would do everything for them, and they got hurt and they sued for a lot of money. Yeah, stream started 2 hours ago, so you are kind of late. Let's see, while we're waiting on this research to finish. Timmy. Since Thali has missed out on the new stuff. Oh. All right, if I'm gonna put it here. That. Boom! New camera. New camera for Timmy. I don't know if he's like fine with it yet. He kind of acts like he doesn't want to do it. There, it's on your paw. Are you looking at yourself? Can you see yourself? You don't care. Come on, eat it. Eat. There you go. So yeah, new camera. Well, old camera, but new cables, so I can mount it up next to them. And the fact I got the new not graphics card, got new capture card that has 4 inputs in HDMI and has its own processing on board to help with that, allows me to quickly add in a new camera as long as it's HDMI input and it's not adding any real strain on the computer. Sneeze on it, he won't do it. But yeah, we got the new one. I'm gonna play around with the position a little bit, but he's gonna have that, and then of course we got the old one still. Can still do that. And then not done researching yet. I put all my stuff in, but it's taking its time researching. New snack, which is actually kind of disappointing. Blue Diamond Extreme Carolina Reaper almonds. For when you want to be healthy and spicy at the same time. Let's just throw a bunch of them in my mouth. Oh, I'll wait for these weapons to build. Timmy? Oh, don't eat anything awkward. Oh. It's echoing when I go to that cam? Uh-huh. Well, it's not supposed to do that. It is not supposed to do anything with that camera on audio. Alright. It's disabled. I don't know why it's pulling audio on that. It shouldn't be, but okay. Yeah, that one's disabled. Ow. Still not done researching. Ah, the sand is acting funny. No. Fall in there. I need some, I need oil to grease that up so the sand will, like, slide down. That may be the one drawback to this is the sand isn't working quite right with it. The rabbit needs water to live? I'm pretty sure. Ah, no. Held button too long. Alright, let's see. I have got supplies for this. There we go. Got an attack coming in. You're gonna destroy them. I just want to see how my power is doing. 100% across the board. Oh yeah. That's again. What is it? How much does that provide? There we go. Got that. Oh, it provides 50 power when discharging, not 100. So that's 200 power, 200 power through the night. Yeah, I might have to like expand this out. It might end up being I swap these from this. It'll be this is all this, and then I'll put another set over here that is just for that one. So in the end, I might have like 8 total on each, but... Oh, it's the big boy. Oh. Let's see. There we go. We're gonna make the gun. And the electric bat. I'm gonna get rid of the weak bat. No need for that now. We got another attack coming. Okay. And that did not trigger either. So we'll see if this triggers. I see it a little bit. It's in the corner. Hovering, going down a little bit. I'm wondering if maybe it's like when it drops down, it's turning a certain way because of the how. Nope, there it goes. I'm wondering if it's turning and it's like I'm just getting that straight shot, and it happens to go right through a gap in there, and it doesn't trigger it because of that. The favorite thing about you, yeah, you don't miss a stream. Generally, you don't miss a stream. I think you've had a couple you kind of like almost missed. You came in really late because you were like sleeping, but that's totally acceptable. All right, we're gonna destroy them. There we go. Next, I'm gonna get the vehicle going. Like, I really would, I want to, we might try it again in a moment. I want to see if I could get a ceiling piece to invert and mount sideways. Because if it'll mount flat, like a wall, they're invincible. They can't be destroyed right now. Which means I could build myself a little garage and be perfectly fine, except for the whole, you know, garage door being vulnerable. See what happens. I can see it. I don't even know if that one triggered or not. Maybe I should have made another horn to keep over here as well so I can hear if it triggers. I just want to see what happens. Like, does it spawn up above in the air, or does it actually like come out of the roof? Because it goes back into the roof. You can kind of see that from distance because you're already watching it at that point. Can't hear my alarm. No alarm coming from here. I mean... So this is middle. I'm off a little bit. Maybe that's it. I'm not triggering because of where it comes out. That it sometimes hits at the right moment. We'll wait here, see what happens. Mariano, no, it did not start. We're 2 hours and 19 minutes. Yeah, Jason's pretty consistent about being on too. Yeah, you have only missed like a couple. I'm sure, you know, now you don't have as much of an excuse since you're on your summer vacation, right, Jason? I just thought of something. If this works, like if I could get this to work consistently, where every time it's like, oh, here, pop right on the roof, spawns in, hey, alarm goes off. I could have it tie in to a screen that logs the time. Like, takes the number, converts it, puts it as a time, and tell me a timestamp for when the attack starts. And I could sit there and start logging, not in the game. I don't think there's a way to record multiple values like that right now, but I could sit there and be like, oh, alarm went off, it's this time, okay, start tracking it and see if there's actually how variable is it between one attack wave and the next? Like, how often does it go? Does it actually attack pretty consistently? Wow. All right, so it was on the top of it, but it was a fast, like, done. All right, this is going to be moved. There we go, like that. I'm hoping this will fix it, but if not, oh well. I just gotta hold my mouse button down for the whole trip back. Do I play any mobile games? Not really. I mean, nothing that would be worth streaming. The only stuff I play mobile is a brain training app. It's a Peak Brain Training. I use their games to help build my memory and everything. Just keep my brain in shape. It's a good way also to kill a few minutes at lunchtime. And beyond that, the only other thing I do game-wise, or could be considered a game, is my Chinese lessons, as I'm still trying to learn to become decent at speaking Chinese. So other than that, I don't really play games on mobile. You know, if I'm gaming on mobile, I'll be at work and I've got other stuff to do. And if I'm home, I can play on gaming system with nice graphics and, you know, games that I can't get on mobile. So, yeah, no, I don't play any mobile games. And we'll see if this works now. Same thing. Distance sensor. We're going to get the distance in meters. Actually, does it have a thing? No. Event listener. That would have been perfect. Like, hey, tripped. It's a little closer to the wall now. And, you know, I'm going to put it as 150. So anything in the way less than 150. Maybe that's part of it, too. Maybe I was not catching every corner. But that did launch very fast up in the air. I saw it. It was a very speedy, like, boom. You know, it was just kind of like it appeared and up it goes. It's not like when it returns and despawns. We'll see if that helps. If that doesn't help, then it's a wash. There we go. Nice, even 40%. And just waiting on my new friends to catch up. So that's, yep, furnace turns off, which is off a little bit. It's got some extra ones down there. Somehow it didn't get counted. Boom, here we go. Honey-do list. Yep, that's, you know, everything to keep you away. Boom. Everything's something not triggering correctly. I mean, that seems working. It's almost like it's perfectly lined up, too. Like, they go right through the middle of it. It's just a couple of them there went a little bit further forward. For the most part, that was like dead center. Do the chemical ones. All right, let's see what we got supply-wise. I'm taking that. That. There we go. Oh, yeah, got that. Take that. So now I have got a good bit of iron. And oh, I know what to do. We'll go like that. I'm gonna do the same thing, and soon I'm gonna have to upgrade my power, I'm sure. We'll do the same thing I did previously, which will make this a little bit easier. I'll need the storage box and one of those. A buddy bot. May actually get rid of the repair tool for the most part. Most stuff's not getting damaged now. Like that. Oh, I need another box. Okay. So second box, instead of having it go like that, we're also gonna have one of these. What I was having before. Yep, because you gotta have a buddy bot someplace to put it. And so we're gonna go pick up item from storage box and place item in drop off point. Same thing. So storage box and drop off point. And then can I even, there's no like has item in there, so that's fine. We'll just let that go. We'll connect this up here. And now, yeah, go ahead and do it this way. Start it. Let's dump. Look at that. Boom. All right, it's going to go here. Put it in there. It's going to dump it in. It's going to start pumping water. Oh, wait. Nope. Yep, can't do that. All right. All right, wait. Yeah, you know what? Come here. That's right. I can't do too much because it will overflow. If it overflows, we run into a problem. We're going to have a bad time. So I need this to link here. So pick up. Oh, not that. Pick up from storage box. Yep. We're going to set the storage box. I honestly don't get the pickup from a pickup point. Because it's like, why not just do the storage box for that? You know, I get the drop-off point, putting stuff in place, but I don't get the whole... Why go, you know, to a pickup point when you can just do a box? I don't get that one. Alright, so got that. And now what I'm going to do is on the water pump is event listener. So we're going to have it listen for on water produced. Go there. So on water produced. So I'm not seeing they're constantly doing something. Actually, you know what? I could do even further on this. We're going to go. All right. On water produced. Turn on the buddy bot. Okay. Pick up item from storage. Drop off item from storage. And then turn off. So it'll cut my power consumption down. And once that produces, it will trigger. It'll drop in here, triggering another collection. It'll trigger that. So that's perfect. I just got to maintain this. That way the bot's not going to keep running constantly. And that did not trigger again. I see it coming. Did not trigger that there is an attack on the way. So my alarm idea is failing. Quite spectacularly. It's alarming when they return from the attack. When they go home. Not when they decide to get on their way over here and attack me. So it's alarming at the opposite end of where it's supposed to alarm. So that did not work at all. Zappy thing? You talking about this? Or the bat? So my electric bat and my Tesla coil. And we'll let it zap them. As bots, for that reason, you don't want to mess with anybody, because if you make them mad enough, they'll go find a reason to make something new to come at you with. And oh yeah, I got stuff to put in. Move stuff around. There we go. So this is pretty much not even necessary now. These are producing. So that is plenty of power to run everything. Right. I really want to see something that can tell you the power flow. Okay. That did not work. All right. I thought. Oh, it might help if I actually, plug the power back up for him. That's a problem there. So he puts it in. And then he says... I'm not going to turn off. He's supposed to turn off. He didn't turn off. Yep. Triggered as soon as they go back in. Not when they leave. So my alarm is not working. I'm thinking it's just as soon as they appear, it's too fast. I either have to have it constantly running, non-stop, which would be better if there was like, wonder if I could actually set up like a tripwire and have it trigger there and do the same thing. Probably not, because of the way that sits. It probably would like not be low enough to trigger on the tripwire. Unless, of course, an idea. I'm not going to take it out. I'm going to do... I got a tripwire over here. That was it. Yeah, we got time. I'm going to do one more attempt on this. What I can do is I can set it vertical, smack in the middle. And if that doesn't trigger, then there's just a problem. I need to grab some crystals on the way back. All right, go outside, Tholly, get some sun. I need to go and, we need to make a plane. Or not plane, we need a car. I'm still waiting for my option to build something like my own drop ship, hovercraft type thing in the game. Like, I'm still waiting for the tank to appear. A new tank enemy that we break down, like we get the little bots, and we get that, and we get random pieces for, like, building our own tank. Or our own, like, mobile base. Honestly, we need a bigger map first. Let's go ahead and put that out there. The map's too small for really needing a mobile base. But yeah, having something like that would be useful. We got our buddy bot guy. So much easier than the stupid bat. Ah, it didn't jump. There we go. Well, I should be triggering an alarm right now. Whoa! Okay. I did not expect that. I did not expect it to be like right as I'm standing here that they would launch. Okay, so I got that. So we're gonna try the same idea with the laser tripwire, which should probably work really well on them landing. I guess I should have waited for them to land and see what happened, like if it triggered or not. I just want to know if I can make this work, you know, if I can have like an alarm at all now. Your dad had to wake up at 3 a.m. for work. Well, I mean, yeah, that would tire out. Well, I had to get up at 2:30 a.m. to take my dad for his pacemaker replacement. That was not fun. You know, come 6 p.m. when we're getting back home. Finally, I'm like, yeah, I went to sleep almost 24 hours ago. It was a little tiring. You haven't had an update on that for Roblox in years. Well, I mean, maybe it's time you learn some programming and see if you can jump in there and take over. Make your own updated version of it. Okay, we're gonna tie this in here as well. We're just gonna see what happens on laser tripped. Actually, I'm not gonna do that. We're just gonna do this. On laser tripped, sound the alarm. That's all I'm gonna do. You know what? I'm gonna do it like this too. I'm gonna do a repeat so that when it trips, I'll know it because it'll do like, you know, 3 times. We'll do that. So if the laser tripwire gets triggered, we'll hear a difference between that and the distance sensor. And now my friends are there, slowly making their way in. Yeah, there we go. I could throw 4 more on that side. And here we go. That was a very small attack, considering I was standing on top of their home. You'd think they'd be mad. And I'm like standing there flaunting my superiority against them, and they're like, no, you're not doing that. We're gonna take you down. So I already got that. Don't need that yet. Whew, yeah, look at that. That is definitely making things go a lot better. And of course, I get the occasional. Does not want to go in the right spot. I mean, really, I could probably not even need this right here with this setup just because of the pace. But, you know, it's beneficial. I'll probably do another furnace down there. Boom! Gotcha! Oh, yeah, look at that. That was a shot. That was a good shot right there. I mean, granted, it was the second one, but I got him. At a very nice little distance. Another, so many bot chassis now. Oh, we'll wait for a moment. See what happens with another attack. Oh, I've never had to do that many days in a row of like getting up that early. But I mean, I know people who have done like, you know, working at a car manufacturing place where they'll suddenly shift and say, hey, we're extending your schedule to, you know, 10 hours a day. And it's 6 days a week until further notice. Just to add an air horn to replace the alarm. I mean, that might actually be, as long as you don't want to change like the graphic, probably somewhere there's a sound file that you would just go in and be like, here's an air horn. And that's literally, as long as you match the type of file, it probably will work. You probably wouldn't have to really do any mod to it. But it'd be a case of every time the game updates, it would re-download the original sound file for it. And you'd have to go replace it each time. I'm sure there's probably just a sound file somewhere saved that you could go in and just flat out replace and say, here you go. This is the air horn sound. And that's all you'd have to do. Yeah, I really would like to see something that tells me how much power draw is happening. Like, looking at this, how much power is actively being used? Like, what's my actual draw on my power? So that's 600 power at one time. Obviously, I have, well, wow, okay, I gotta be doing pretty good then because... What? Okay. On water produced, turn this on. What? Okay, so why is it water is not producing? Why is he not turning on and off? I mean, I'm looking right at him. It is flat out, you drop off complete, you turn off. And then when water produces, you turn on and carry one over there. Why is that not working here? Okay, let's see. 20 there. 20 there, so we're up to 40. That's 120. 140. What else is linked? I don't think anything else here is linked. All the other stuff is standalone. That's not power. That's draining. And we have each of these So 200 power right now being consumed as a steady consumption. Plus, when these are charging, that's 300, 400, 500, 600 power. I have precisely the amount of power production from solar that I need to function all day. And 200 power is all I'm producing at night. I can't add anything else now. If I do, I'll have stuff that starts cutting off because I don't have enough power. So, oh, attack is coming. I heard no alarm. That did not fix it. Alright, we'll add another one. I'm gonna have to, yeah, we gotta expand now. Make them better money, yeah. I mean, that's always a, you know, benefit of working long hours, but at the same time, you know, if you work long hours, especially if you are a family guy, you don't, you know, get to see your family as much. Could also, I mean, some people might consider that a benefit. Just go ahead, throw that out there. And if you're single, working long hours means you make all this money, but you don't have anything to spend it on. So hopefully you would be smart to invest the extra money then, so that at some point you don't have to keep working those long hours. You could say, I quit because I've taken all that overtime money you gave me and been investing it. And I bought a ton of Dogecoin before it, you know, it blew up, and I'm now, you know, a millionaire. So bye-bye. Okay, I think I got it all. If not, I'll find some more later. I need batteries. Copper wire, we can do copper wire. There we go. Alright, we're gonna get some more solar panels. That should be more than enough power for the moment, and I'm about to do a few more. Oh! One time! It triggered one time! So that was the... not the tripwire. That was simply the distance sensor. So the tripwire is not doing a single thing over there. So, yeah, I'm going to end up taking that out. Let's see, oh, yep, we'll do a bunch of screws, because I've got plenty of iron. There we go. I'm just going to expand outwards a bit. Let's just say that that is everything. Got like that. Got like that. And then like that. Hopefully is going to line up right. So I'm just going to plan on setting up another set of stuff over here. And I'm going to take this out. We'll put this elsewhere. Like that. There we go. Put another plain wall. I don't already have any. Nope. So this will be just a plain wall, and I'm just going to do the same thing, wrap around, and I may actually move this over here just to make it look a little bit cleaner on the wiring, but same idea still. This will be handling, this will be providing with all that If all 8 of these, that's 400 power during the night to power anything I have here without a generator being needed, and then have it automatically flip over, providing 400 power the rest of the night. And if we got something that would add a way to monitor, like we got the clock, give us something that can show us power usage once it ties into power, you'd be able to program in something maybe with the power usage to say, you know, oh, I'm drawing 400 power right now. I've only got 300 being provided by these, so turn on the generator. You can have it do like that. Have it like, oh wait, no, my total from my battery banks is 400. Oh, I went to 450 in power usage. I need the generator turned on. It turns that on. I think that would be a good thing to add, because most stuff is programmable. We need something like that. Something to monitor the power usage and determine that we need to turn on a generator or something like that. Yeah, I'll just get the rest of those built first and then transition everything over. So, yeah, I can't really add anything right now. Power-wise, without losing something. I might take that out. But I want to add more sand production, I think. I want to double this. Have 8. Have them on the other side dumping in. And then instead of storing, I'll set up like the furnace, and I can mount a little post here with the laser tripwire to trip going into a furnace, and just have it all dumping out completed glass into a container here. Actually, I may just take all these out, period, and redo this. There we go. Maybe someplace where it's something a little bit flatter, more even. That's got that little decline there. Maybe just something here. Just come out here, grab a ton of glass, and go back up. Would work. Stands right now. I'm gonna take this. Take that. There we go. Back up and running. Almost out of fuel. Do like that. Bam. It's not completely automated, but it is minimizing waste. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, look at all that. That. And, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Time to make a bunch of, yeah, screws. Bunch of copper wire. And I am a little low on lithium ingots, so we'll keep the batteries a little bit lighter for the moment. Let's see, I know I reset that other one over there. Yep. Oh, we got an attack coming. we'll wait and see what happens. Timmy's just laying there. He's tired. He's like, I don't know. I want to go to sleep. I'm kind of feeling like I don't actually want to worry about laser turrets now. At least not outside the base. I'm thinking maybe if I do laser turrets, it'll be like up here in case they somehow land and get up here, you know? Have it like with the door there protecting me. Speaking of door, you know, I probably could go ahead and do a door. Let's do a nice... We'll do the double doorway. I might change it later. After I made it, I was like, wait. That might have been cool to do the garage door, but oh well. Oh, and I had... Where's it? Oh, I put it up. Okay, I had that light I stole earlier. I start doing some more stuff like this. It's actually a perfect fit right there. Okay, better on lithium now. Got some more going in there. Kind of like the whole keeping this open for the moment, but later on I'll probably enclose this. And I don't know how I want to do this here. If I want to have a ceiling skylight thing or not. Because, I mean, I can see down. But what if I build going over here also with like a conveyor, you know? I don't think I will in the end. This seems to be working perfectly fine. And now it makes me think I should have just had it where... Didn't even worry about that. I could just had the whole thing set up right down here. Just here's a box. They dump it in. It goes over here. Finished. I may redo that. I may turn the whole lower level into nothing but battery banks. Let's see. Chemical machines. I need to research chemical machines. I don't have crystals. Again. Said I needed to get some crystals earlier when I was out, but then I had to hold my mouse button down to connect things up. It's a spiky crystal. I need 30. There's 2 more upgrades left after that. One is 60. So, if I don't get bothered, it's worth it to go ahead and grab a bunch. Xbox, you got quiet. Xbox fell asleep. Everybody go wake up Xbox. You know, we've got buddy bots, and I know it was mentioned, somebody said the developers talk about doing some kind of tank system, like where you could build your own modular tank, mobile base type thing, like in Scrap Mechanic. I was just thinking, what if instead of a tank, we get another enemy that has like treads or something like that, not for a tank purpose, but that you can build a buddy bot 2.0 or bigger buddy bot, buddy bot extra large, something like that. That what it does is it can carry a storage container on its back or 2 That is basically a transport that you can send from one point to another. And it carries containers. So you send it in one spot. Oh, both containers are full. Leave, come back, shuts down the operation there, comes back. All the stuff in the containers starts getting pulled out by the production there. And put to use, and then once the containers are empty again, it launches back. Maybe have it with like a rechargeable battery aspect where it can actually, like, basically it comes in and it has like a charging station that when it gets close to it, it connects wirelessly to charge the batteries in it. So basically you have the only power you worry about is the travel time power. It goes from this base to a remote mining site, sits there, recharges while it's there, while the containers are getting filled up. And once the containers are full, it shuts down the mining operation, drives back over here, parks at a spot where it starts charging again from the same mechanic. But at the same time, then we have the buddy bots start using those storage containers that it has attached to it to collect stuff. Or, you know, again, we have some kind of like vacuum piping system that lets the vacuums suck the items out of it at a higher pace and dump into another container for the buddy bots to then go and deal with. That would be cool. That would give like a cargo transport system for the game. Big brother bot. Yeah, we could do a big brother bot. Oh, it triggered when it landed. Again, I have failed miserably. It's doing the exact opposite of what I intended for it to do. But yeah, have something. Oh, that just seems like it would be a good fit because the buddy bots can carry one item at a time. They can't pick up a cargo box and carry it. So the idea of going a long distance is not great. You have to go out there, grab stuff, come back yourself. Having a bot that you could say go between this marker and that marker, which the only reason I see really needing markers to begin with is a longer distance. You say, hey, you know, you're way over there on the ridge. You got a big mining site there. They're not attacking there. You're not there. It goes in through a garage door. Have like the sensor that as it drives up, the garage door triggers, opens up, it goes inside, closes the door. It sits there like on a charging pad or something like that, and then everything is set to feed to it, like the conveyors are lined up for that purpose. And then it leaves the charging pad, maybe out another garage door that it, like, you know, it's a pass through, and it just drives in, gets its stuff, charges up the whole time, then leaves, comes back. Same thing here. It's like a pickup and drop off system for long distance operations. That could be a very interesting mechanic if the developer implements something like that. I would like to see something like that. Wouldn't even have to be a big bot. It could be just like slightly bigger than that, just like with tank treads or something, so it can support the extra weight from the cargo boxes, and you just mount them on there like you do with the car. I mean, the mechanic's pretty much there other than the whole feeding things in and the recharging aspect. Which, I mean, the recharging is actually in the game with these. These do recharging. So it's really, all the stuff's there. It's just piecing it together, I would say. But yeah, that could give like a very nice little boost to the automation, as the buddy bots are useful, but they are still limited because of what they can carry and such. I say that, I just still throw items into the input to store them, and it's a cargo box. That's all it is. It's a cargo box. A more expensive cargo box. go ahead and do one more small screen. 2 more battery banks. And then I'll just go across the corner there. There we go. We'll have that. Yeah. I'm going to get this changed over. Probably. Ooh, not now. Not today. That's going to be a lot of reprogramming again for that. But I will get that changed over. That way I'll have 400 power and 400 power all night long. And right now I've got 900 power to cover everything plus charge those up. That's the other thing. You got to charge them up. And I'm kind of thinking, oh wait, I can wait, let that go. That won't be such a big deal. Chemical machines. Oh yeah, I gotta do chemical machines. We can do that before we call it for a day. And maybe we could even have, instead of like, yeah, big brother bot or something like that, as an addition, we could have upgrade options for the bots. Like, we got the battery slots. Why not have like a chip slot, which gives them, not AI, but could call it something similar, like intelligence upgrade, something like that. Basically, it adds an option for them to differentiate between items. That you could tell them only collect iron from this box, and they will do it because they will know what iron is. That would be another really nice upgrade for automation of this, because this game is about automation. Let's put that out there. Yes, there's combat. Yes, there's defense aspects, but it's ultimately about the whole automation. It's about doing that. It's like Satisfactory. It's all about automation. And we'll let him get in close enough to get shot. Oh, come on. I had that. Boom. Or maybe, instead of an intelligence upgrade, what if we had a chassis, the big bot, instead of it being just tank treads, instead of one headpiece, you have to use 2 small bot chassis. So it's got to have like 2 brains for it to be smarter. That kind of mechanic could leave it open for like, here's 1, 2, or even 3. Version 3 gives you an option for that too. But each one, it gets a slightly bigger overall body. But the chassis part kind of goes to the brain, and you end up having to have a few of these attached to have enough computing power for it to work. And look how many I have. I don't know if I've ever had that many chassis at one time when we got an attack coming. And I did not hear anything, so once again, my alarm has failed to alert me that there's an attack coming. Oh yeah, look. Power. No power. It's lit up. But this is acting like it's not lit up, like it's not getting power. It is getting power though. Interesting. Why are those yellow and these are not? That doesn't make sense. I mean, SBots, use what you want to use. If you feel like AMD is the better choice for you, then use AMD. But I am just going to personally stick with Intel because I have an AMD system I built, and honestly, if I bought Intel, I would have got better performance for better price. And AMD is not as cheap as it used to be. The price has gone up a good bit on AMD now, to where you're not seeing that big of a difference. It used to be you could get the same performance value as Intel for like sometimes half the price with AMD. Not anymore. We built matching builds at work just to compare them and see if we wanted to start stocking more AMD, and AMD cost more, like slightly more, and you got slightly better performance. So considering my AMD server performs less effective than an 8-year-old Intel processor, even though it's a new AMD, I will not buy AMD for anything that I consider to be actually important. But that's me. That's my experience. I know some people are going to sit there and say, no, I've seen the exact opposite. It really comes down to what you experience and what you prefer. But you know, AMD, from everything I have experienced, is very overrated, especially now that it is not as cheap as it used to be. It used to be a better price for performance, but not now. I've seen that head-to-head comparison. It was the exact same thing. The only difference was the motherboard and the processor between two systems, and they were matched as close as possible between Intel and AMD. And the AMD cost $20 more to build and was like, I mean, around that many points better on the benchmarks. But you also have to worry about heat a lot more with AMD. Even now, you still have to worry about heat a lot more with AMD than with Intel. All my Intel stuff runs way cooler with just a plain stock cooler than AMD. It's just like, it's the same argument. There's people who are going to say, if you use a heatsink and fan, you're not getting what you should get. You know, you could get a all-in-one cooler for, you know, a little bit more, and it's going to be better value. And yet, you know, I'm not going to buy an all-in-one cooler unless I have no choice, because if that fan goes out, your fans go out, you're not going to get as much cooling. If the pump goes out, you're dead in the water. Heatsink and fan, the fan goes out, you still have passive cooling from a big heatsink, and you have case fans helping to cool. It's not going to cripple you to where you can't function. So that's why you don't see liquid cooled servers becoming a big thing. You're not going to see that anytime soon, because it's, you know, not as reliable. We got chemical machines unlocked. That's doing well. All right, chemical machines. I'll do the refinery next time. Over there, I'm gonna have to have a box just for my buddy bot chassis that I'm not using. I'll go ahead and do that. There we go. Yeah, ton of stuff. Not going to worry about it. So, let's recap. Experimenting with this, you know, the counting. The whole funnel would be great if I was just tossing stuff in, but now that I'm actually timing this out with the counter, the funnel actually doesn't make sense. I should just have, like, the furnace right here, and maybe have it where the furnace dumps out this way and it just falls down into a storage box below. Sure. Or falls down to a conveyor below, like here, and that feeds into a box. I don't know. There's other options I could do with this. But we do need some funnel option in the game. That's still a definite. But I think this is just... It's a slight bit more complicated to maintain where I'm not wasting fuel, but it's not that complicated. It works well and is cheap. Now we got that coming again. And then this, definitely the most complicated thing I've done today, timing-wise on everything. So again, you look at the raw total. If it's after 6 p.m., the second switch turns off, and the first bank of battery backups turns to providing power, which will shift some of these over. And then at midnight, it changes to another set, goes to providing power. And then at 6 a.m., both switches go on and they all go to charging. So I have an even power level all night long, because they run out around 4 a.m. if you start them at 6 p.m. There's no control for the flow on that. You just have to either turn them off or turn them on to delay it, or go to generators. I don't want to do generators. So there we go. We got that. And then, of course, I tested the alarm with both sensors. And the only one that seems to work is the distance sensor, detecting when they return, not when they leave. They're a little too fast when they leave. That's pretty much, that's the big stuff for today. Also got this, which is still not working. Why is that still not working? Why is this not triggering on event? You know, it's supposed to run. Let's go set the condition always. Either way, doesn't matter. Done. And we'll see what happens there. I don't get that. It's supposed to just work. Because, I mean, that is supposed to trigger. And, yeah, alarm triggered when they landed. I want to expand this. I need more sand production after I get my power fixed. But that's, I mean, that's the base so far with the new game save. Nothing crazy yet, nothing oversized yet, and nothing that I'm worried about being destroyed with the bots. You know, the changes where certain things will take damage, not the ceilings, apparently. The table, the fence, the walls will take damage, but not the ceilings. So stuff can be broken if it's in the way. Here, nothing's in the way. So I broke the game in my favor with the new changes. That's all I did. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up for today. Always would go like 3 hours. Timmy, you got more snacks here. Look, I'm gonna load it up. That's your snacks. Snacky time. Snack time. I'm gonna move this. Move this. I'm gonna do like breadcrumbs. Look at that. There's that. I'll get you started. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Munchy, munchy. Nom, nom. Completely different view on Timmy now. All right, Timmy. Get in there. Nom, nom, nom. Here, you want more? All right, one more. I'll put it. Gotta go right here, though. See that? Look. That was perfect, Timmy. Absolutely perfect. Want it? You want it? Get it. Come on, get it. I think people are going to like the new Timmy cam. Isn't that right? Yep, there you go. One more. Nom, nom, nom. He didn't sneeze on it. But he got his nose up in there. Isn't that right, Timmy? Look at that. Yeah, we'll go with this one this time. Oh. Oh, no, you dropped it. Oh. There. That rolled a little too much. Ballistics boy, yes, you missed the stream. If you cut a little earlier, you completely missed it. Get it, Timmy. Get it. You almost dropped it. I saw it. You started to lose it there. No. Think next. Timmy, we're going to do some ASMR, Timmy. I think I'll find, if I can, I'll raise it up a little bit higher just for a little bit better angle. But I kind of like, I feel like this is kind of good because you're getting close with them and nom. Look at that. And so you wouldn't even see this if he was like on the old camera because he's like right here out of view. But now you can see it all up close with him being like, boom. Go. You had to think about it for a second. Like, do I want to get this or not? You're gonna get fat with this camera angle, Timmy. It's just too fun to get the treats in there for you. Yeah, so new Timmy cam. I'm gonna play with the position a little bit more, but yeah, I thought it'd be fun to have a little extra angle for him. So that's it. We're gonna wrap it up. Call it for the day. Thank you all for joining in. Again, well, there goes Timmy. He's leaving. If you want to check him out, you can find these on Amazon. Blue Diamond. It streams. That's what it is. It streams. This is the Carolina Reaper, the Ford, the hottest. They're not really that bad. If you've had the cheese balls that I've used before, they're nowhere even close to that. So it's not something that, like, I mean, it's not going to be like you gagging, passing out on the floor. But if you want to check them out, you can get them on Amazon. I'm not sponsored or anything like that, so there's no like affiliate thing for that. It's just look them up. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thank you, Jason, Felonius, Xbox, Sanchez, Jenny still with us? Hi, Daku. You're late like ballistics. Or if you've been here, you've been quiet. Where'd Jenny go? And Thali, thanks for joining as well. Let's scroll back. Mariano's Tech Tips. Well, thank you for that sub. I didn't see that message earlier, but thank you for subbing. Mr. Minder, thanks for the, hanging out. And glad if I helped you out, hopefully, get you started on your YouTube journey as well. Yeah, Jenny has been quiet. Field Creator Studios. Oh, man, I missed that earlier. You've never seen the game. Probably too busy working on your own mods for Subnautica. Shoba! Thanks for joining in earlier. Going back through, I think that's pretty much everybody that was chatting today. But yeah. So, yeah, interesting. Bit of toying around with stuff today. Is cosmetics only go so far in this game right now. I'm hoping for more cosmetic stuff later. But it's really, it's all about toying with that programming, the automation, and I definitely like the game for that. This is totally different than what you see in most games when it comes to the automation aspect. And it just gives you, once you get past the learning curve, there's so much you can do with it compared to like other games where you have to go in and, upgrade all these really fancy things. I mean, other than some of the styling, the closest I can see on this is Satisfactory. You're just not doing as big of amount of production as Satisfactory. You're also not worried about it being like a stream production. The way this does power stream of like how much power you're producing versus how much you're actively consuming, a lot of SAS factories, you gotta get to that point where you're producing so much per hour of iron ore to smelt into iron ingots to go into this and that. This isn't quite like that, but you can have a lot of fun with the programming if you haven't checked it out already. Have to make the spiciest meal and eat it on camera. I mean, I don't... Even if I had the spiciest stuff to cook with, I don't think I would cook well enough with it to make it taste enough for me to do that. What do I have to say about Spice King? What Spice King? Who's Spice King? Who are we talking about? We talking about a brand or a person? Or a challenge? TikTok challenge? I don't do TikTok, so yeah, I don't mess with that. I don't know what is that. Yeah, I'm. If you're talking about Spice King, this TikTok person, I don't do TikTok. I have no interest in TikTok, so that's all I can say about that. I don't even know who that is because I don't do TikTok at all. No TikTok, no interest in TikTok. I'll stick with YouTube, and worst case, I'll do some Instagram, go back to Twitch maybe for some live streams in the future. But no, I'm not worried about TikTok, so can't say anything on that. But yeah, if I get the setup right at some point, I will do some cooking at spots to appease you, but not gonna do it right now. I don't have the best kitchen setup, and I'm not sure I'm the best one as far as taste when it comes to hot sauce type stuff. I can do some things, but I'm not that great. But we're gonna call it a day, as I gotta go do some stuff, help my parents out. Make the spiciest meal. I mean, it all comes down to what you think is the spiciest meal. I mean, there's plenty of places that say they have the spiciest wings, the spiciest pizza, the whatever. And, you know, until you actually break out and say, here's the actual Scoville reading for this, you can't say it. You can say what you use in it, but, you know, you can't say it. I might do something at some point. I'll get like a pizza or something to eat. I don't like eating on stream much, but I might do like a little slice of pizza or something. Be like, here you go. My Carolina Reaper black garlic hot sauce or something all over it, you know. Do something like that for you. How about that? Little one is sick, so that's fine, Jennifer. Go take care of that. That's all you gotta do. Yeah. All right, we gotta go. Timmy's waiting on me. He's ready to go outside and do his business. But thanks for hanging out, everybody. And you know, normal week, like always. You know what to expect by this point. And yeah, we'll do that. Don't forget. Oh wait, actually, it is too late. You missed. I think. Yeah, what was it? Thursday was the last day of the sale. I hope every guy got in on the Steam sale. 2 million subs in a year. Well, good for him. Go ahead and do that. He'll lose those 2 million subs if somebody else comes up and says, yeah, you're not actually doing like stuff that's really that hot. I mean, I'd rather eat for taste than to punish myself. How about that at spots? But yeah, I gotta go. Seriously gotta go. I got stuff to do. But thanks for hanging out, everybody. We'll do it again, like usual, Thursdays and next Saturday. And have a good week. Have a good weekend. And stay safe. Go try some spicy food. Build up your resistance. Thank you.